integral that we all work as a team, man. Like, um, I feel like you're an important member of Beast Coast in my eyes, as is Jack, and everyone needs. We need to work on a better plan. You know, I want to hear more what you got to say. To be honest, man, I've been talking nonstop.
Um, I just feel like I've always been the type of guy that's like, been the guy that like lend a helping hand or want to lend a helping hand just based off my history with Steve, and where we came from. Like, where we come from. Like,
Oh yeah, man, I know all about that. Like, I learned from him. Like, it's a hard life out there, dude. Like, for any kid that's listening right now that thinks that this is just some game, no, it's not. Like my boy Dyme, every day that he walks down that street and he has the chance to make a track, take it in as a blessing, because there's a lot of our brothers out there that don't get that chance. It's dangerous.
yeah, man. Especially living in these times right now, man. What you call it earlier? You said it's a pandemic.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
and I believe that. I mean, stock market crashes at the same time, and we can't leave our houses, and all of a sudden CNN and the Pentagon are telling you UFOs are real. Fuck out of here.
Shit. Ah, man, this made me think of Steve's a whole lot, man. Like the shit he
And
would be
that's the
talking
goal,
about, like,
man. That's all I
mm,
wanted. I wanted us all to
mm,
start vibing our boy again. It has been too long. Fans are
mm.
going nuts. I love it. The fans are going nuts. It's great. It's great to see.
Yeah, man. Keep that name alive. Do it the right way. I feel like the next step is to try to put together the project, man. The next
I
Steve's
feel like that's
project.
the next step, man. I mean, to be honest, uh, I'd love to have something on Ghetto Olympics too, if you can trust me. That could be our start, you know what I mean, to introduce what I have as being more than just talk, you know what I mean? Like we're talking about unity and we're talking about everyone sharing. Like
Hmm.
we could take that step because I know you're working on that project. I don't want to
Yeah, it's
ask too much
it's
though,
it's
but
done. It's done. But whatever we can conjure up, I mean, it could be something special for the people, and it could be some ill shit that can add to the project. Because it's
I
12
feel
of
like I
us.
got some stuff, I've got I've got nothing but love, man, and I feel like that could be our first step for people to recognize that what I bring is legitimate. And then after that, what we were talking about earlier, that next tape, you know what I mean? Keep it on the down low for now, but anyone who
Yeah.
knows what it is knows what it is.
Right. If you're in here, you know that shit's conjuring up. You know that, you know, something's coming, but that's on the low. That's between us.
And I feel like it's going to be history. Like kids are already saying it. And I don't want to make any money off that particular tape or project, you know? I don't want fans to think they're going to pay me for a verse. I don't want to make no money. I want to make that clear, man. I don't need money from this. Like I went to Brett's house and I did my thing there and I trained as a wrestler. I tried hard, man. I've tried to live for STEEZ. And it would be an honor, man. I'm telling you, to be on, even to be even to have 8 bars on that tape where I could say our boy's name with pride, there's nothing I wouldn't do for that, Dimes.
Oh, man. Woo! The tape is so controversial, bro.
I know it's a controversial topic, but I mean, like, we're talking about making it unified, right? We both
Yeah.
agree. Here's our first step. You know what I mean? Let's show that. I mean, you're welcome on anything I ever have. You're welcome on the Steez tracks. To me, you're number one. You know what I mean? Like, you and Jack are just, you set the precedent with him on that tape, and you know you did. Like, I still listen to Jackpot, and I'm like, whoo!
I
What?
remember when the yellow tape was being recorded. Like, I remember me and Steez, as he worked on the yellow tape, he also worked on this tape I have called The Orientation. So, like, that was like a tape that me and Steez kind of wrote next to each other, almost like on some shit like, "Yo, what you feel about this?" He was kind of like, my writing partner at the time. Like, after he started spitting raps to me out loud, I started spitting to him. We went back and forth, and Orientation was kind of the tape that I made within that, and then Yellow Tape was the tape that he made within that whole year, probably 2009, 2010. Yeah, man. So
You
I
can
already.
see you can see how proper and how in the pocket you are, and how you took every piece of advice he gave you and used it.
Oh,
You represent your community, man. And that is one thing I'm so proud of. I've always spoke so highly of you. He always spoke so highly of you, man. Like when fans were like last straws about Dyme, I laughed. I was like, nope, not a chance. I know exactly who it's about.
mm,
And it's not shouldn't be about anyone. It should just be about listening to our boys speak. I hate that they break it down like a cult.
mm.
So I feel
Yeah,
like that's the unity, man. Like if we show the fans right now that we can do this, and like I'll bring the heat. You know, like I've got the fire in there. Give me a shot.
yo,
Let's
I'm
take
I'm
the next
I'm
step.
I'm gonna quote STEEZ in one of the first conversations we've ever had, and he told me that everybody deserves a chance.
I appreciate it.
You feel me? So
I feel you.
let's make this happen, man.
I think we're gonna change. I don't think it. I know we're gonna change the world, man.
That's love.
And the one thing I want to be clear on for anyone listening that has influence, it's all harmony from here on out. We don't want beef. We don't want. I personally don't. You know, I just want just love, man. If we can all just love each other.
Oh
Like, I
yeah, I
mean,
don't
the
want no
best part,
beef.
I loved when Maleo Obama was wearing that pro-era shirt. It just showed, our message is about taking over the government, and there it is. There it is. Like, too soon. Too soon, man.
Word, word, word. We gonna keep it hip
So,
hop. We gonna keep it hip hop. We gonna keep it real hip hop.
so what's your dream, Dimes? Like, what's your dream for humanity, man? We don't ever talk about this kind of stuff. We got dreams. What do you want to see for mankind?
Um, well, I feel like my purpose is to create art that changes the minds and in turn changing the perception of our people, you know, create art that influences positively, that heals, that guides in a positive direction, that builds instead of the mind trick, the mind tricks that we're kind of,
Yeah,
exposed to. You feel me? Give us something that, you know, to give to our next generations to keep building and,
perfect.
destroy, destroy the fake shit, destroy the shit that's keeping us down and just, yeah, man, just be a vessel of that. You feel me? Just art, just great art. Just
Just be you know what I mean?
that's it. It's just more. I'm showing it. I'm living it. I'm on go right now. It's about just manifesting that shit and bringing it to life. That's what's happening. And let me allow
Manifestation
me.
is so key, so key.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
As far as King Capital goes, because I'm sure they're gonna. Why didn't we talk about it?
Um.
On my end, I can
Mm-hmm.
tell you that um, my opinion on this is that it should not be handled by Diddy or Jay-Z. My opinion is that, and I see every move. I see every move with that one boy. Um, it should be handled by us. It should be a free release for the fans. Fans got to eat, and it's time to feed them. So I'm gonna say this, and I can get in shit, and I don't care. Anyone who's listening who has any steez at all, even a word or a picture, I urge you to just upload it. For our
Mm.
boy, he needs to shine and he needs to fly. I've looked at the death of Josiah and I've seen how they've united to release all of this young man stuff. And he was supposed to perform at Steez Day. We
Mm.
slacking, and I'll be the first to admit it. And I hope that me and Dimes can turn this all around. So if anyone has anything, like Diego gave me a lot of photos. I've released them all. I'll release as much as I can, but first I gotta see other people commit too. There's too many people hiding. It's crazy, you know? But no, Diddy should not have any hands on this project. It should be released on April Fool's Day
Mm.
or his birthday or whenever. It doesn't really matter. It should just come out And it shouldn't be a paid-for project. Not a verse, not a word should be changed. Not a beat. Nothing added, nothing subtracted. Because then it's not the real message.
Mm,
So that's my opinion. What's yours?
mm. Hey, man, I'm down with whatever the people want and whatever the fan wants, however they want to do it, man. That's it.
Like,
However they want to
have
do
you
it.
heard any of it?
King Capital?
Yeah, he must have played a bit for you, right?
I can't say, like we spoke about earlier, like there might be different versions, so I can't say that I've
Yeah,
heard all.
I feel like there's two or three versions floating around out there for sure, which is insane.
So I'm sure I've heard like some maybe tracks that he feel like he may have put on there, but like I'm not sure of the full
The
picture.
most questionable one for me is his last performance, where he's talking about the basketball shorts. And if he never got that in those last 11 days, that would be a shame. And I don't know if he had access, but that was one of his best verses, talking about his pops. And
Mm.
uh, man, the dude was just, it's hard to describe. He was a fucking legend. Better, I'll say it, better than Kendrick, better than Cole. Fuck, better than all of Wu-Tang combined, man. The dude was on a level. Like, let's be honest. We've been beating around the bush too long. Like, if he was still alive, he would have been on that Tribe tape.
Yeah, and I didn't even understand, man. Like it's crazy. You got to really get older and get on his level to really understand what the fuck he was on. And
He was so smart and not even brilliant. Brilliant.
it's beautiful, and I just want to keep that shit alive. That's all I represent. I don't want to be
Forever. That's
I'm
my life.
anybody that's bringing any negativity or any type of you know
I feel like
bad
this will be it,
energy.
Dimes. This will be the start. This should be it. I feel like if they can see our unity, it just takes that one step, man. Like, if Beast Coast could all work together as a team, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Oh, fuck. Undefeatable. Talk about the snap of Thanos, man. Like,
But a few people got to get spankings before that can happen, though. I'm sorry, bro.
no, let's be honest. Let's let bygones be bygones, man. If we just let it all start fresh right here and right now, we can take it all.
Not even on no disrespectful fucking fuck you shit. It's like some people gotta get spankings, bro. Like
Oh, not.
lyrically, like it don't even gotta be no beef shit, bro. I done told Joey plenty times, like, hey, bro, like we're MCs, and we could do music together, but some people gotta get spankings. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll be honest too, since we're talking about it.
Who?
I've left Joey messages and I've called them up and stuff. And the way I feel about Joey is you've shined for far too long alone. That's it, man. It's time to bring everyone else up with you. And if you do that, as a team, we're unstoppable. But as one man, you get toppled. Seen it happen too many times. I mean, my daughter, she was 6 when she told me this. She looks at me and she's like, Dad, it used to be all about Pac versus Big. Now it's like Joey versus God. And I was like, yo. And it just set in. Like, for my daughter to tell me that, I was like, we need to be a team. Like, fuck spanking him. You know what? He's already spanked himself over it. We know it. We've all ate ourselves alive times. We all have. Like, I
But look,
feel like if we can.
homie right here is making a good a point right here. He said he's not trying to be a downer, but I don't see any reason for Joey to do any of this so long as he's a star.
You know what? All right, here's my comment to that. Joey would not be a star unless Capital STEEZ was involved. Without Courtney Jamal Dewar II, Joey would be nothing. You mark my words, and I'll be the first one to say this. He bought the lyrics from STEEZ. STEEZ wrote 1999. I have no problem saying it. Joey, too big for us. We're too big for Joey. Don't come in here with that stuff, fans. Because you know what? We are all equal. We all shine the same brightness. No one shines brighter than anyone else, and none of us without STEEZ. STEEZ was the key. Don't ever, ever forget that, young man. Don't get it twisted that Joey's some star because he was on Mr. Robot. That's not a star. If Joey was a star, he'd be in Guardians of the fucking Galaxy, okay? And he ain't guarding shit. Not in this galaxy and not in any other. So do not get it twisted. It was capital motherfucking STEEZ. And I'm sick of hearing it with someone else. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dimes, but shit, hey?
Sheesh.
Had to do it. Someone had to. These fans got it twisted. They think they know, but most of them were 8 when he died.
Oh. Sheesh, man.
They never seen our boy suffer, and they come in here and tell us what to do and what not to do. Oh, it's hard to make moves. You try to. I challenge any one of these kids to try to record on a Jamal track. It weighs so heavy on your soul. You want everything to be perfect. That's why we take our time to make sure that his legacy survives. Fuck, man, I'm glad we linked up, Dimes. These kids are getting told finally.
Yeah, man. Hey, let's talk. Let's talk, man. I wanted to highlight that because I feel like for years that's been a thing, and I spoke to Monk in the interview last time about how I was on the Wu-Tang set, and I really was kind of looking forward to like seeing Joey for the first time in a long time and speaking to him, like, because I feel like that moment was like representative of like our whole careers to the end of time. That
Oh, truly
he's
it was, man. I
he's
agree.
gonna feel like he's gonna have the upper hand and somehow kind of try to like put people down, but I'm gonna show right back up. I'm gonna be right in the same vicinity because I'm just as talented. I'm just, you feel me? You work with me for a reason, you know.
Dimes.
You
Remember
start.
Britney Spears? She shaved her head. She went crazy. Once the fame comes, just another pill popper, just another addict. You know what I mean? Like, you can be singing the same song for so long, like Solange, but it's so wrong that your soul's gone, homie. Like, I truly believe that it's not about a face on the camera, man. It's about the impact you make with the people. That's what makes you a star. Like, yeah, I believe if you two were walking through your neighborhood, more people would be apt to come to you. You're trustworthy. You're honorable. You're respectful. You're full of love and care. And man, I don't care what show he's on. You know what I mean? It was STEEZ in the camera on MTV. You know what I mean? It was your boy right up front outside that Stussy party. Your boy, not the other one.
Known as the flow addict, buzzing through your ear like headphone static, attacking phones
The
like
clones and
Trash
drones,
Land.
Flash Landers, but we
No
know
cap.
he ain't alone on this planet. It's Bro God from the
Yeah,
fifth dimension.
I got these
Oh
bitches.
man, he's so good. He's the fucking bomb, and we need to celebrate him. We really do. Like, this is what it
Oh
is. This is the
fucking
ship, you
god.
know? Like,
Oh,
we waited too long. I'm so fucking happy to talk to you, man. Like, this is what it needs to be. If we could all be like this, you know?
true word. True shit. That's how it goes.
You see how the fans are reacting? They need this, dude. I feel like Ghetto Olympics too, put me on that, even for just a snippet. It gives me a little bit of, I shouldn't need it, but it gives me a little bit of that credibility with the fans, and I think that's our next step. So the fans should look forward to that because
I mean, this alone, bro, just like you speaking the
even this,
truth.
yeah, even this is just incredible.
Yeah, man.
It's just like I know about another track, dimethyltryptamine with Absol, DMT.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we'll ever hear that. You know what I mean? Like there's too like you know Brandon. Do you think Brandon actually ever set up 777 with him or
I haven't spoken to Brandon Deshay in years.
I feel like that would be such quality. That could be something, you know. A lot of the tracks, I'll be honest with fans, I'm still figuring out some pieces of the puzzle in terms of track names. Some of it just came through as Untitled 1, Untitled 2. He was
I
just
feel like
different
you
like that.
fuck around and shit, just leave it like that, bro.
I would
Like that would be
almost, you know what I mean? I
fire.
feel like that would just be badass, you know what I mean? Then it's not what's your favorite track, they're all my favorite tracks, you know?
It's like this is the last STEEZ project, or this is a STEEZ
One,
project that's
no, don't
so
say
fucking
that.
raw.
Don't say that, because
I
it's not.
mean, it's not. I
It's
mean, so
one of the last projects that he worked on before he passed. But there's lots. Ducati's got tons, man. If we could get Ducati M3 in on this, he's got some gold mines. He's also been getting threatened and stuff. But if there's more of us than the ones threatening, who's really got the power? You know, it's all about that shift. And we just, to me, still, it's not even about the music. I wish people could understand that he loved wrestling and he loved Pokemon and he loved anime. And if they could just ask questions about that, oh, I could go on, man. And the boy was funny. Like, I remember him as a heavier set young man, too.
mhm.
Like, people think he lost the weight with the drugs. Nope, 10 speed bike. Like, and that, I just want to get this across for the fans because they've been bugging me a lot for the past 8 years, Dimes. If we could clear this up.
Go ahead.
I have said so many things here, guys, that I'm going to ask my boy if he feels I'm legit. You feel I'm legit? Like with some of the things I talk about, I just couldn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Like shit you say, like you
It's all,
wouldn't
I was
know
there.
if you didn't or wasn't there. Like that's why when I spoke to you, I'm like, oh shit. You feel
And
me?
I
Because
get
like
told all the time that I'm not shit. Like Aaron Rose told me on inbox, you ain't never met him. Oh, that's a laugh, son. I met him before you.
that's a
Like,
fact. And like
and now on
people,
Aaron Rose's new track, he's talking about white boy. Like, come on, let's not be racist here. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, that's the last thing we need to say, you know? Like, you look at Nick Caution, for instance, like, that kid's got some potential. We've all got potential, you know?
I love Nick Carson.
And,
He was
like,
dope.
I love Pelt Me, man. Pelt Me is just like, I wanted to battle Nick on live stream a few years ago. I thought it would be hype, but I came across maybe like an asshole or whatever. But, yeah, Nick Caution's got some flame stuff, but
Dope. He's dope,
to
bro.
me, there's still room to grow. You know what I mean? As we all get older, there's still room to grow. I love
Everybody.
that chicken. That chicken is the anthem, man. For sure. Like you need your props on that.
I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, I appreciate you too, dude. Like when the Rebirth came out, I was like, okay, so we got one from Jack and we got one from you. Man, if I don't release mine, it's a crime. You know what I mean? And I sat on it. I was out in Van and I went to, Stanley Park and I did some mushrooms in memory of STEEZ and I hung a big 6 foot like piece of art of STEEZ up in the forest and I just sat there and chilled and I just meditated on what I needed to do and the moves that needed to be made and STEEZ was a great ghostwriter. I learned how to I took over a lot of really neat like there was a lot of neat stuff I got the chance to get my hands on and the dude was just like, oh, he keeps coming up because he is just you can't not talk about him. I mean, uh, tell me what it was like the first time you met him, like the very first day.
Uh, I just remember him just hanging out with, because I used to hang out with the skaters a lot. And it's funny because if I really go back to it and we really get down to things before this whole internet and before pro era and any of this shit,
Yeah, like
like
straight these days.
I was chilling with fucking like Justin Rockamouth,
Oh
Justin,
yeah, yeah,
Justin Jello, my fucking boy. You feel me? That's like it was none of this Rockamouth thing. This was before Rockamouth. You
yeah.
feel me? We would be
I
chilling
feel you,
out in
dude. I
fucking
know.
we would be in L Park. We'd be in fucking right across the street from fucking our school Murrow. LB3 from Phony People be out there. My boy
Which
Scott.
is also a very well-renowned acting school as well. Like it's very you get a lot of good skills from there. You boys went to a good school. You know what I mean? Like you were taught well. Like people don't understand that.
That was a beautiful experience to be out there. So yeah, I remember him just being within the clique one day, like real like chubby kid, skinny jeans,
Oh yeah, the
stussy,
Tiffany's,
stussy hat. You feel me? So
Tiffany Dunks.
facts. Always had the dunks on, and
Oh, he taught
I
me
didn't
about
even know
shoes.
he
He taught
rapped.
me how to flip shoes.
Like
Oh,
I didn't even like know he rapped, and
exactly right. It was never
yeah,
about music in the beginning with him. That's how he would get you, and fans don't get that.
yeah. So like he would see me in school, like I would be promote myself, like giving out T-shirts, CDs, and shit. Equal X, shut up and listen, everybody. I had this mixtape, and yeah, you know, he knew me from the school, also from Phony People. Phony People was a band I was buzzing throughout New York. We were doing the shows at venues at fucking 16 and shit. We couldn't even drink in the shit, but we were doing sold out shows and shit. But you know, he saw me from that. He saw me on YouTube, and I remember him hitting me up one day on AIM
Oh
messages.
yeah, AOL Instant.
Yeah, and his fucking
Back in the
sound
day
when
when
he hit
titties were
the
in 360p. Fuck.
yo when he hit the send button, it would be like a fucking laser gun. It was like pew
Oh shit,
pew
hey, yeah, fuck.
pew. I was like, what the fuck? You know,
Some
like
gorilla shit.
he was hitting me up on some shit like, yeah, bro, like, you know, I rap, like everybody deserves a chance. Like, I want you to hear me out. And you know, at first I was like, who is this guy? You know? And then
Yeah.
he came to me to school in school one day, and he just, like sat next to me, and I spit him this rap, the fucking spit his first verse. Uh, what was it? Uh, Yo, equipped with raging hormones to make your whole moan. More tricks to give her a tummy ache and sore bones. You should see from the last jump to the hash. He jumped to the jag, couldn't walk straight for a month and a half. You see, like I was start spitting on that shit. He was like, "Yo, I like that verse." Like, yo, I was writing it to an MF Doom beat, and he was a real
Oh
big
yeah, it
fan.
was all about Doom back then. I
He was
remember
all
that.
about Doom. He was all about Doom, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna write a verse to this shit too." It was a beat called Monkey Suit,
Yeah.
and so you know, he wrote his verse to mine. He was just like spitting it back to me, and then like we basically made like a 2-verse song based off that, and then like he started, you know, getting his confidence up and like spitting more. But like that
Take
was
it
really
back
our
home
first
to the
time meeting.
bedroom, recorded at his house, you know what I mean? People don't see that. They don't understand it was done in bedrooms.
Yeah,
All
man.
bedrooms, man, all bedrooms. I love that vibe.
Yeah,
I remember
man.
my first lyrics I ever spit for that guy. I was so intimidated. And he would always tell me like they only see us through like, you know, a certain angle. And they can like he was big about teaching me that it's all on TV, right? And
Yeah.
I took it all in, and I would listen, and I would listen, and I'd be around all these different cats. Like I remember I met Wiki from Rat King, and
Yeah.
STEEZ loved Rat King. I wish they would have made a track that like Wiki and STEEZ. That would have been something. And he's just like pressuring me. He's like, "Come on, just spit it. Come on." And when you get a little bit of pressure from STEEZ, it's like, I gotta do it. If I don't do it, I'm a clown. So, like, I'd adapted to this whole scenario of the security camera watches our lives. And the first lyrics I ever spit for Steez were, they see me on that CCTV from sea to sea, sees your flows, just you wait and see, betray like Caesar B. We in Elysium with leaves and trees again, puffing on that endo, seen the end on CNN, I hope it never endo. I pledge crescendos for my homies in the end zone, up in the end zone, I'm driving Enzos, and Mama sorry. Like, that was the first, and I just remember the look on his eyes was like, what the fuck? Like he didn't expect it almost, you know what I mean? And I was like, do I have it? And he's like, not yet, but soon. And it just felt good, you know? I just was like, damn, I impressed him with that. And he's like, I noticed that you just used the letter C the whole time. And I was like, yeah, 'cause capital Steez. And he's like, oh yeah, all caps and you speak my name. I
Yeah,
remember it.
that was the moment.
Yeah, there's no, you
He's good
know,
at that, creating moments that you can say word for word and won't forget.
he taught me this other trick to make sure you never forget something. You attach music to that memory, and then when you listen to that song, it's strong. And
Mm.
I just got the opportunity to spend some time with my family, you know, the other day. It's quarantine and all this and that, and
Mhm.
I really took that moment in, and it's been a while since I've seen them, and I thought about, you know, how much I love them, and I caught myself thinking about Steez again, and I was like, oh man, I wonder what it's like for the sisters every day, getting all these messages, and it's not on them if we're being honest. You know what I mean? It'd be really hard to piece together your brother's project or your son's project, and I feel like it's on us. It really is to work as a team, and like there ain't nothing from stopping us from being the strongest united force ever. And I mean, I want to say this, and I don't want anyone to twist my words. I hope Joey blows up to the moon and back because that's a chance for more people to know STEEZ's name. You know what I mean? Like within
But I feel
reason.
like it gotta be done the right way, though, man.
Exactly. It has to be done with taste, etiquette, respect, and wisdom. If not, I mean, like I'll never sign a deal. I'll never put my name on no dotted line. My boy taught me. I remember he's like that Jay-Z shit is just I do not believe this. This is not. And he loved Jay-Z. Of all people you think that it would go down with, and it didn't? Ooh. And then for him to predict his own? Whoa. The boy was gifted. So no, no deal. I'll never do it. I mean, I ain't about the money.
Well, good shit, man. I feel like we covered a lot of ground here. People are telling me to save this shit. I don't know if I will. You said some.
You know what? Save it and send it to me. Save it and
Uh,
send it to me. Honestly, I feel like it should be saved, dude. I feel like it's another part of STEEZ's legacy that needs to shine. We shed a lot of light here, a lot of truth, a lot of honest word and scripture was spoken today, you know? And I hear from fans all the time that they had a dream with STEEZ in it, or they had a dream with Jamal in it. And I don't doubt him for a second. You can dream of whatever you want. He speaks to us all. So I feel like we should save it. I feel like it should be something that we cherish. Like this is a moment in the history of Beast Coast right here, man. I feel like it is, you know? And I'm sick of these little stamps being put at the bottom of the singles, like it's from this unit or it's from that unit or we got this little tag or that little tag and
yeah.
we just need one unified force. And it might not happen overnight, but like we talked about, the first step's taken, the shift is starting, and I want to be the first, another first I want to say right here is fans are very upset that Steve's Day was canceled because of an argument between the family and um, what I presume to be Joseph. I will go to the utmost lengths this year and work with the family for us to try to throw some sort of festival out here in Canada. If we have to switch the location, we will. And I would love for people like Dimes to perform and just Beast Coast, just Beast Coast family, and try to bring new guys that are really popping, you know, into it. And I don't even want the T-shirts to be sold. I want them to be free. I want everyone to be wearing the boy on the street. It's easier to wear STEEZ if it's not $40. And I want the tickets to be free. And I feel like from this moment on, I'm going to start building towards a new vision for a new STEEZ Day so that we can all celebrate our boy. It's too long. There's just too much that's going on. And I know we're all over the board here, but
Yeah, I feel like
anything.
anyway, anybody wants to celebrate, man. If we want to do it in Canada, even the family had a Steez Day in 2018 where I got to perform. Me and CJ,
Down at Juicy Box.
yeah, it's Juicy Box. So
And I'd
for sure,
love to do that. Like tomorrow's told
you
me,
can
you
come
know,
out
come
here for
through.
that too. You feel me? We can set some shit up in Canada. You can come out, all types of celebrations. I don't want it to be no fucking clout war, no
There
fucking.
should be none of that. I feel it's been so long since a real group picture's been taken, and there's still other people whose names haven't even been dropped that are a part of this. And like, I want to make sure right now that no one forgets a homie that was very important to both these young men that we're discussing. I want to make sure no one forgets about Riot. Riot was another level as well, and we don't talk about him too much, but I personally didn't get to spend very much, if at all, time with Riot. But I know that that was another cat, and I want to acknowledge that cat right now. You know what I mean? We
I
need to
feel like
take
he
time.
was the spark. He was the spark behind
He
a
was the
lot of.
spark for sure. You know what I mean? He was the fans. How have we not done this already times, you know?
Right.
Because every time with anyone else, it goes hostile right away. You know, like the last this day has just been full of positivity. You know, like I hate to be like Palpatine, but May the 4th, you know, unlimited
Ah,
power, you know, like for Steez. I feel the energy today. I feel this different energy. I feel this happiness and this peacefulness. I feel like our boy's with us today.
Facts. Oh, shit, man, this is gonna be a long ass live. I went live with a few different people.
I mean, that's fair. If anytime you want to end it, we can end it. But I feel like this is an important one, man. This is one where I feel like now's an opportunity. If any of the 23 people watching us want to ask us a question, you could do an AMA. This is a great time. Keep it respectful though, and no more of that Joey being a star shit. We're all stars. We're all fucking stars, all of us. We've all made moves.
Boy, African American bum
Yeah,
said, "Will King Capital ever drop?"
yeah. Mark my words, it will drop. You just got to be patient.
Facts. I don't think.
Patience is key on that one. There's a lot of moving puzzle pieces that are starting to come together, and no matter what, it's coming out.
Facts.
A version will come out. One of the three.
It's good. Damn, you still killing. Yeah, man. So, yeah, probably gonna get up out of here.
I
Yeah, man. Thank
I
you, brother.
respect you, and
Likewise, likewise.
I hope that you have a wonderful, safe evening, Dimes, and that tomorrow we can begin what STEEZ would have wanted us to start 8 years ago.
Let's get it.
I
Peace.
47 out.
Yes, sir.
It was a